Let's go! The Knicks get the Game 1 victory over the Detroit Pistons. That was definitely a nail-biter, and I'm sure Knicks fans were a little stressed in that third quarter, but the Knicks go on a 21-0 run and beat the Pistons 123-112, and the Knicks go up 1-0 in the series. Madison Square Garden was absolutely rocking. I'm jealous I was not in the building. I will be in the building at some point in the playoffs. Knicks fans, let me know in the comment section right now. Cameron Payne, a big-time performance off the bench. Jalen Brunson, 34 points after struggling early. OG Anunoby, a pest on the defensive end and getting 23 points, 7 boards, and 5 steals. There's a lot to break down in today's video. Don't forget to break down your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button, folks, and subscribe to Knicks Media. I got you covered all playoffs long right here on Knicks Media. Let's get straight into business. Now, obviously, it's one game of a 7-game series. We did not win the series here, but it is so important to win Game 1 when you have home court, because if the Pistons came into our house and beat us in the first game, the home court advantage flipped in their favor, and the Pistons, they showed that they have a lot. They punched the Knicks in that third quarter. There was a lot of scrambling. Jalen Brunson tweaked his ankle again. There was a lot, and the fact that they were able to keep their composure and win in this fashion shows you the full potential of this Knicks basketball team. The fact they went on a 21-0 run, that was awesome. The Knicks were down 90-81. That's when Malik Beasley went up to Jalen Brunson, spiked the ball out of his hands, and that's when Jalen Brunson leveled up his game to become the clutch player of the year that he is. That is what it's all about. He poked the bear. Shout out to my boy Teg IQ for 3 for all the highlights as usual. We got Cameron Payne and OG Anunoby highlights. I'm excited right now because the fact that Jalen Brunson struggled early on, and we saw Karl-Anthony Towns have a surge, we saw Mikal Bridges, all these guys have little surges, but then Brunson to come in the clutch, that's what this season has been about all year long. Jalen Brunson with 34 points, 8 assists, 12 of 27 from the field. OG Anunoby, 23 points, 7 boards, and 5 steals for OG Anunoby. Karl-Anthony Towns with a phenomenal Knick playoff debut with 23, 11, 5, an efficient 10 of 14 from the field, 4 steals and 2 block shots for Karl-Anthony Towns, man. He was lethal tonight. Josh Hart, 13, 7, and 6, went into foul trouble early on, but he was able to keep his composure. And a big shout out to Cameron Payne, who had a fantastic game, 14 points in 14 minutes, 5 of 7 from the field, 3 3-pointers, 3 of 5 from downtown. That was all we needed from Cameron Payne. Deuce McBride struggled tonight, man. He really, really did. But the fact that Cameron Payne was able to come in here and help this Knicks team play ball was awesome to see. Mitchell Robinson came in there, 17 good minutes, 6 points and 6 rebounds and 2 blocks and a steal. Mitchell Robinson stepping up, that crazy putback. Oh, Knicks playoff basketball is getting me fired up, folks. But I want to focus in on OG Anunoby real quick because this guy is an absolute menace. Hitting the buzzer at the first quarter horn, I believe, had 23, 7, and 5, and also his lethal defense against Cade Cunningham, man. Let's be honest. If we're going to allow Cade Cunningham to shoot 8 of 21 from the field, we're going to sweep the Pistons, which, listen, I'm not saying we're going to sweep them, but it's possible. Cade Cunningham was limited, and that was all because of the defensive presence of OG Anunoby, the collective defensive effort by OG, Mikal Bridges, Karl-Anthony Towns, Brunson, Josh Hart. They all collectively went up against Cade Cunningham, and they forced guys like Tobias Harris to score. And congrats, Tobias Harris. He had a good first half, but it was absolutely silent in the second half. And I think we found the Knick nemesis of this series, or someone that's going to try to get under the skin of these Knicks players. Malik Beasley tried to get under Jalen Brunson's skin. You saw Brunson give him a little shoulder. That's playoff basketball right there. That fired me up. Beasley had a good game, 20 points, of course. Tim Hardaway Jr. with 19, and Tobias Harris had a good first half, but was silent in the second half. And if we can limit Cade Cunningham, I have all the confidence in the world we're going to be able to get the job done this series, because I'm not afraid of anybody outside of Cade Cunningham offensively speaking. So the defense was fantastic by OG Anunoby tonight, and the fact that his offense continues to show up, it was awesome. Also want to give a shout out to Tom Thibodeau, because we saw a lot of Karl-Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson on the court together, which I want to see more of as the playoffs continue. The Twin Towers lineup, it was lethal. We saw Karl-Anthony Towns go crazy when Mitch was on the court with him, because that changes everything offensively. Spacing is crazy. Defensively, it's another nightmare. So I do love that lineup. lineup and hope we can keep doing that. So big time win for the New York Knicks in this game number 1. Now, you turn over to game 2 on Monday night. That's going to be another must win because the Knicks have to go into Detroit up 2-0. You try to steal one of the games in Detroit, and the goal is to finish this game in 5 back at Madison Square Garden. I mean, obviously, if you're a Knicks fan, you're like, screw that, Richie. We want to win in 4. Let's sweep them, right? I understand that, but I'm trying to be realistic here at the end of the day. Not saying the sweep is out of it, but I got to tip my caps to the Pistons because they definitely showed why they are in the playoffs, why they were the 6th seed. They are pesky. They are hungry. They play fast, and they went on a rhythm, man. In that third quarter, they scored 36 points to the Knicks 26 points. But then again, that shows you the veteran poise of this Knicks team, which is why I have the Knicks winning this series in 5, is because of the playoff experience. They easily could have crumbled and just said, all right, this is not our night. But they absolutely went crazy on that 21-0 run. I've never seen anything like it. The defense was leveled up. They were moving the ball in transition, getting the rebounds, pushing the ball, getting everybody involved. It was just an overall great game to witness in person. Well, I was not in person, but I felt like I was there, honestly. The Knicks also shot 52.7% from the field, which is extremely efficient. 36 rebounds, 9 turnovers to the Pistons' 19 turnovers, which is very important here. If you want to bring up some things that needs to get cleaned up, definitely foul trouble. Foul trouble early of Josh Hart. OG had a few knick-knack fouls early on I did not like as well. 26 assists, which is fantastic. 12 steals for the Knicks, which is fantastic. 62 points in the paint by the New York Knicks. It's great stuff right there. And I know that the Knicks are very dependent on our starting 5 to kind of, will us to victory here. But the fact that we have somebody like Cameron Payne to get you 14 off the bench is absolutely massive. So big shout out to Cameron Payne, man, because when he's cold, it's like, all right, get this guy off the court. But when he's hot, he is one of the best bench players in the league, bro. I'm telling you right now, Cameron Payne. And he also brings that energy, right? Like Cameron Payne brings that toughness, right? And I feel like the Knicks, this team lacks that edge that a lot of Knicks fans have been calling out this Knicks team all regular season long. Like, where's the edge? And Cameron Payne brings that. I think Karl-Anthony Towns brought that physicality as well. I also feel like Jalen Brunson brought that. The Knicks got to embody the spirit of the Knicks in the playoffs, which we saw in the 90s, which we saw last year as well at some spurts. So big-time shout-out to the New York Knicks getting game number 1. Again, it's not, we did not win the series. We can't pop any champagne bottles. We are expected to win this series. We are the favorites, so we got to act like it. But at the end of the day, how can you not be giddy after that playoff win? I mean, I'm a Knicks fan that witnessed 7 straight years without playoffs, okay? Every Knicks fan watching this, let's not forget where we came from. I'm soaking in the Knicks being in the playoffs year in and year out every single time I watch them against anybody in the NBA postseason, whether we're the favorites or not. So, folks, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe to Knicks Media, and let's go Knicks. I'll see you guys tomorrow as we break down this game further and preview game number 2 against the Pistons. Peace out, folks. Let's go.